been so long since I contoured my face because I've been on my clean era, but I watched this video from J-Lo contouring her face, and it was so unique because Mr. Iconic makeup artist Kevin Aucoin used to do her makeup. I'm using his primer here, and I loved the way he did her face, so it works for her. Now for today's look, I wanted to wear lashes, so whenever I decide on an item of makeup, I start with it because it's going to be the focus point. So I do this with my brush on the lashes so they're a little fluffier and they look more natural. And I'm gonna curl my lashes with the Shiseido eyelash curler. And I'm starting with my eyes today because it's all about the contour. So I'm gonna kind of go a little quicker on my eye makeup, and I'm gonna focus more on the contour. So I'm using a tight line by Makeup Forever eye pencil and the Dior Show waterproof mascara. Yeah, I've been addicted to this mascara for years, but I just recently repurchased it and I am back to it. Using the lashes, this is a crunchy transition and the lashes are on. Look at that. I'm using this old Kat Von D palette. I mean, I had this for years, but I just recently got it because I visited my family and I found this palette. I'm like, okay, well, I have to use it. I'm using Makeup by Ariel brushes, and I decided to go for like a very like neutral on my eyes because J-Lo is all about the neutral, warm, bronzy, contoured face. So I decided to do that, not going for a very colorful look. So, you know, I don't use color anyways that often, so I do like the neutral look. Using a clean brush to just clean it up. I mean, this is gonna be more focused on my face, but I also wanted to do my eyes as well. Don't mind the crunchy eyelash. I mean, I know it's a little crunchy, but you know what? I did it on a hurry, so it's actually, you know, you can't really notice if you paid too much attention. So I'm using the Jung Semu concealer palette, and I am concealing my mustache. The sides of my nose with the green, the mustache with the orange, and look at the difference. I mean, it actually cancels, and you don't use a lot of product. This is what I love about the camouflaging. And on the sides of my lips, I use a neutral yellowy shade, kind of clean up any fallout. And underneath my eyes, how clean this palette. I'm using the lilac color. I love it because look at the difference. I mean, you don't use a lot of product and your eyes are instantly lifted. So I always loved to do this first because I feel like I use less makeup. But today we're going full in. I'm using concealer, foundation, contour, highlight. I'm doing the whole 9 yards because it's J-Lo. Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Stick. Now, this is so creamy and blends amazingly, and on her tutorial, she does apply it with a brush, but she's using a different palette, so I'm kind of like doing my jawline. I don't usually ever do it, but like today I went all in. I can't do a lot of contour because I feel like my face is kind of skinny already, so like if I contour too much I look really skinny, so it's kind of like scary. So I do my nose, and today I'm even doing the sides of my nose. I never do this, but I love it. I love how it looks on camera. In person, sometimes it looks a little crazy. She does also do her bottom lip, so you don't need a lot of lip filler.
A little bit above my cheekbone. Before I used to go right here in the cheekbone, but now I realize that if I do it a little bit above, it lifts the face a little.
Contours her forehead as well. I mean, all of that. I am doing the most here. I think it's a lot. I'm also gonna do my under eye. Don't be scared. I mean, I used to be scared to do this, but it doesn't hurt.
And Kevin taught me, he's like, don't be afraid of makeup. He's like, you can always wash it off.
Isn't that amazing advice from Kevin Aucoin? You know, just explore with makeup. I'm gonna use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Also, because I mean, I could blend this before I do this step, but just for the sake of the video. Normally, I would have blended by now, but I think it looks so fun when I have the highlight and the contour. I mean, this highlight is not super highlighted because this concealer is pretty close to my shade, but you can totally use a much lighter highlight color if you want to. That really J-Lo Kardashian kind of look and contour. Done! I'm ready for the Lion King. The Lion King? Or no, it's the Cats on Broadway. She does the concealer on her sides, on the nose, and she blends with a brush. So I'm doing the same. I'm using Makeup by Ariel brush. And this is the foundation brush. And it's amazing to blend creamy concealer. So as you can see, I brush it up and out. I don't do it lower because you want to lift your face and you want to blend. So I'm doing my jawline. My jaw could cut anyone. Look how sharp it is now. I mean, it's kind of like that naturally, but like it looks crazy. It's so angular. I love the contouring. I should do this more often. So yeah, I do this kind of like motion up and out and lightly, very lightly. I think this Anastasia stick actually blends the foundation stick, this contour stick really well. So look at that. Already, what a difference. I really love this. With a beauty blender, I'm being a little rough here, don't be too rough. Let's blend in. And I think that this weighting of this NARS Creamy Concealer, I think it gave me a little more coverage than usual because I let it sit for so long. I think at least like 2 or 3 minutes. So look at that. It actually gives me a lot more coverage than usual. So I actually learned something from waiting and doing this step. So I'm blending like underneath the contour, so it actually gives them a little more definition. But obviously it looks a little dark, but it will come out all right in the end. I'm doing my bottom lip. Look at the difference. Like, I'm gonna fix it later, but like, you don't need to be doing lip fillers. You can just contour your bottom lip. And she also contours her top lip. I didn't do this time, but go off. I will do it in the future. So I'm contouring my nose as well. Bringing to the eye area in the inner corners. And look how skinny my nose looks. I mean, I never do this, but the more I look at it, the more I love it. I really enjoy this skinny, borderline plastic surgery nose. I mean, there you go. You don't have to do surgery, just contour. So a light concealer shade. She also did this step. I'm kind of like fixing a little bit, bringing a little more of this highlight to my nose because I don't like it to be too skinny, like Michael Jackson skinny. So I'm using the NARS Light Reflecting Skincare Foundation and I'm blending with my fingers. She uses a very sheer foundation. I'm using this on specific places because if you use like a full coverage foundation, you're just basically gonna cover the whole work that you did there. But I'm not doing that. I'm only placing this foundation where I want. And the reason why I'm using this is because I really like the medium natural coverage, but I also do like the glow. And I think for J-Lo, you have to glow, you know? That's her trademark, and I love that. And I try to blend a little more. I'm using a clean brush, the sides of my nose, just to make it a little smoother. I think it was you know, a little dark for me. So look at the difference. I mean, you just blend. This product blends so well. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer just to clean the sides of my nose and underneath my eyes. Remember, I also contoured my eyes. And this trick is awesome. You can use a much lighter shade of concealer, but I decided to be natural today, and I'm gonna blend with this brush by Sephora. This brush is almost like a finger to me, and you don't drag the brush. You kind of deposit the product like you would do with your finger, and actually works amazing. So you bring back the light to your temples, so they're much more highlighted. And I am being very careful because I did contour my my eyes. So I'm not going all the way into my eyes. I'm placing this concealer underneath the eye contour. So I contour my entire face, my nose, my lips, my cheekbones, my jaw, and I'm fixing with the concealer to clean it up. I'm using the Givenchy loose powder. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this name. And the difference, I mean, this is so blurring and it kind of highlights my face as well. So because the concealer wasn't so super bright, look at the difference. I mean, it makes such a difference, and my pores nowhere to be found. And I love this powder so much. Look at that, it looks so smooth. And I love the texture. It blends like butter. It's incredible. And I do underneath my cheekbones as well to really accentuate that contour. Look at the difference. I mean, I love this. Baking, I mean, drag queens do it all the time, but I do love doing this trick when I want this to be really highlighted and more intensified. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer to warm up the face a little bit, because the contour is supposed to be a really cool toned and the bronzer is warmer. So I do like a warmer tone to my face. I'm using a little bit of blush as well. I'm using the NARS blush, and this is like a peachy rosy tone, using a Sephora brush. And oh no, this is the Makeup by Mario collaboration with Sephora, yes. And look at the difference. I mean, this contour with the blush and the bronzer makes you look like such like a pop star or something. I don't know. I am using a little bit of foundation on my neck, and I'm using a powder contour just to touch up a little bit of my nose, and coming back with a lighter concealer back to my nose, so I highlighted it a little more. You can do it with powders, but I have a little more control with this type of concealer, and it has to be like a much more like a drier consistency. So I'm using this palette, and look at that. I love my nose like that. It looks so cool. Makeup by Mario Masters palette. I'm using just a little more on my eyes. I think I wanted to highlight more the contour, so I'm using a cool toned eyeshadow for this entire tutorial today. It's mainly cool. I'm gonna change later, but like I wanted to keep it really cool toned, and I'm using just a big brush just to blend it out. Any excess of powder, blend it all together, and I'm using the Makeup Forever powder just to conceal my nose. The size of my nose, such a big difference. And the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, obviously to make it last and melt it all together. My lips, I'm gonna use the MAC lip liner. This is a random nude, I don't remember, but you can just use whatever nude lipstick and lip liner you want. I mean, for this look, I think I prefer a nude lip instead of a bold color. And I'm using MAC lipstick as well in nude. I don't remember. It could be any nude. They have like so many. So whatever fits you. Look at the difference. I love that. I'm using the Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer in the shade Enchanted. And I'm using it on my cheekbones and a little bit on the tip of my nose, but I like to blend this with my finger. I usually prefer doing the creamy highlighter, the creamy concealer, or even foundation with my fingers. I think they're incredible tools because they warm up the product and kind of melts into your skin. I love that. And just giving a touch up a little bit with this Makeup Forever powder underneath my eyes, and the difference, I mean, the difference, I love that. It actually makes it more like lighter and highlighted on my face. The sides of my lips. I love to do this trick here to conceal the sides of my lip because it makes me like even fuller. Like the lips look much fuller, and I don't have any lip filler. Maybe I'll do a video about plastic surgery in the future, but like I don't have anything done to my face, but I do have some opinions about it because I think like the whole point of contouring is kind of like giving you the plastic surgery face, the snatched face look. So this is done. I decided to use a warmer shade from this palette because look at the difference. I think adding a little warm shade, it gives a little oomph, a little warmness, and I do like that. I usually don't use cool tones all over the face, so I do prefer warming it up a little bit. I'm using also the bronzer on my eyes, that same bronzer. I love this trick as well. I like using bronzers and blushes on my eyes. I think it ties the makeup together. It's a great trick. And now for the hair, I decided to part on the side, but I ended up not loving it so much. I mean, I see everybody having their eras on the mid part and the side part. I was trying to do the side part. I don't know if I love it so much. I prefer no, I didn't love it super. Yeah, so see, as you can see, I think the mid part actually works better for my face. I don't know, let me know. And I thrifted this jacket. I love this in New York City. Yeah, so see, it doesn't work for me, so I left my hair the way it is naturally. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you Kevin Aucoin and JLo for this gorgeous video. I love my hair like this as well, like a short hair, maybe in the future. I hope to see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.